Hello YouTube, this is HawaiianAir2121 coming right back at you with another video. This time featuring the amazing Qantas collection. I've collected a lot of Qantas planes throughout the years and I've absolutely loved the airline, and I just put all the planes together because I'm working on Oahu North Shore, but it's a bit of a mess right now. I just got some really cool models though that I'm sure you guys will enjoy to see, that I'm going to be publishing in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, I wanted to put a video on, and this time I decided to do all of the Qantas fleet that I have. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in all the much to see how many planes there actually are. This is just really cool to see, actually. I'm going to give you my top 3 favorites after going through with each model. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let us begin. Starting us off with the narrow-body fleet, we have a Qantas 737-800 in the Bring It On Wallabies Rugby livery of 2013. I'm not really sure why I got this model when I got it at the time. I know that my airports are based in the USA, and there would be no chance that they would fly 737 all the way to Australia. But I decided to get it because I thought it was a cool model, and I really like on the tail, on the kangaroo, the yellow edition over there. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is my first model to show you guys. It's made by Geminijets, and I think it was made in 2013. Coming up next is one of my favorites, which we'll go back to in a little bit after, showing each plane. But this is the Qantas Optus of the Zoo livery, and the 737-800. This plane is just so detailed. It's made by Phoenix Models. I really like seeing all the giraffes and zebras and all the different animals on here. I think it's a really, really solid model. Coming up next is the Qantas 767-300 in Disney's Planes livery. This plane is also one of my favorites. We'll get to that after this. But I really, really like this plane. I like the blue sky and the planes in here. It's just a really, really nice model. I'm upset that they retired the 767 fleet. But this was my first Qantas model ever, and one of my first Geminijets models ever. And I just love this model. I think it's just really cool seeing all the planes in here. And I like the blue addition to the tail. I really do. I know it's not blue on the tail, but blue on the little bit of the body of the plane next to the tail on the left. And I just really like it. I think it looks really good. And I hope Qantas makes another livery like this in the next Disney movie or something. It would be cool to see. And I just like this plane. It's just a really, really solid plane. Coming up next is the Qantas 787-9 in the new livery, in the 100 Years livery. This is my first Qantas plane in a new livery, and I just think it's gorgeous. I want more Qantas planes in a new livery. I just haven't had the time to get them, or I've spent my money on other planes. But this plane, I really, really like. I love the emblems of all the old logos on here. The box is really detailed, too. Overall, I just really like the red swoosh on the bottom, kind of like the United 787s. And I just think this is just a really cool model. Nice addition to my fleet. I like the white wingtips over there. And this Qantas looks great in the 787. I was going to get the Qantas 787, the old livery. I think Gemini just made it, but I didn't get it because it didn't exist. I wanted a new one, and this one is just really, really cool. So, coming up next for a 747 fleet is the Qantas 747-400 and just the plain livery. This plane is probably the rarest Qantas plane I have, just because the rarest 747 I have probably, just because there are no special paint schemes on it. It's just the plain livery, and I got all my 747s at a train show, and as well as a lot of my A380s and other planes from Qantas in my collection. So yeah, I think it's a nice model. I like the Boeing 747 titles over here. I think they're retiring some of them, and it's pretty upsetting to see, but this is just the Qantas 747 in the plain livery. Next up for Qantas is the Qantas 747-400 in the Grand Prix 2011 Formula 1 Racing. This model is pretty cool. I do like it. When I got it, I was really into race cars, and I like the race car flag over here. I think it's a pretty cool model as well. I do like the Qantas has so many themed 747s. I've only had chances to get a couple of them. I want to get all of them if possible, but they're just either so rare to find or I just don't see them and I don't get them. But I think this is a really nice plane as well. This is the Qantas 747, the Formula One Racing livery. This is another one of the 747s I have, the member of One World's livery of the Qantas. This is also a super rare model, if you can find it. I don't know if they still fly it, if they retired it or not. I highly recommend it. I use these in a lot of my videos. This was my first 747 for Qantas I got from Geminijets when I started collecting. I got this at a train show as well, and it's one of my favorites. I just really like it. I like the One World badge on it. I just think it's a really cool plane. Next up is the Qantas 747-400 in the Complay Australia World Cup livery. I'm not sure what year it is. I just didn't read the tail on it. But this is another 747, the last 747 I have. I wanted the World Cup of the 2015 one, or just one of them at Gemini just made it, but I didn't get that one. I got this one instead. I like the tail. I wish the tail had, I know some of the tails have the yellow soccer ball on it. I wish this one did. But I think this is a cool 747 as well in my collection. It's pretty rare, and I like it a lot. Starting us off for the A380 Qantas fleet is the Qantas A380, just in the plain livery. This plane does have the Airbus A380 title over there. This is a huge, huge plane. I actually received this model. This was my first Qantas A380 model, and this, I think it's from the 2008 release, so it's pretty rare. I wish I had a Qantas in a new livery too. I don't at the moment, but I just like this model. I think it's pretty cool. It's very detailed, and I have two more along to go with it. That you see in the background that I just like to have all three of them shot. I think it's pretty cool. Let's get the focus on. Just have all the different kangaroos and details on them. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah. Next up of the A380s are Qantas Airbus A380 in the Good Day Texas livery. This plane is really, really cool. I don't know if they flew to Houston or if it was Dallas, but this was their first Texas flight from Australia. I'm trying to zoom in on that. My camera isn't that great. But the Good Day Texas over there, and the kangaroo has a Lone Star hat on it as well. I think this is pretty cool, this model. I really like it, and I was happy to see that there was another A380 themed one that I could get to complement my original A380. This is probably one of my favorites. I just think it's a really, really solid model. I like it a lot. Last of the Qantas, and reaching the end of the runway, is the Qantas A380 Go Wallabies livery. This is a really, really cool themed A380. I like how the tail has the yellow jersey on it and the kangaroo over there. I think this is pretty solid, this model. When I got this model, I had two other A380s. And this is my first Geminijets one that actually had antennas on it. The other one doesn't have antennas on it. And I just think it's a really, really cool plane. I like it. It's detailed. I like the Australian flag over there. And you got the A380 detail over there. I think this came out in 2017, 2018. I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is the last model of my collection. I hope you guys like this. And now we're going to rate the top 3 of my favorite models. Coming up in third place, I'll try to block the two other top 2s, is the Qantas Optus One Zoo livery of the 737. This plane, yet again, is just so detailed, made by Phoenix Models. I think it's so cool having all the animals here, and especially with the kangaroo tail over there and seeing all these different animals here. I think it's really, really cool. I like the yellow additions to this model as well. And yeah, for a 737-800, this could be one of my favorite 737s. Coming up in second place is the Qantas 767-300 Disney's planes. This plane, I said it from the beginning, it's just a beautiful plane. Seeing the sky over here, especially with the red kangaroo tail over there. The details of these planes are just really, really cool. I did see this in a movie trailer, and I've always wanted to get it after that, and I just think it's really, really cool. Again, you've got your One World's badge over there, and the Disney plane emblem over there, and I just think it's a really, really cool plane. I'm sad to see it go from the 767s, but this is probably one of my favorite 767s by Qantas. Coming in first place, drum roll please. Oh, that was a bad drum roll because one hand's on the camera. But coming up in first place is the Qantas 787-9 new livery in 100 years. This plane is so detailed, it's so nice. I love the belly of it. I don't want to lift it up now, but it says 100 on the bottom with the kangaroo. I think it's just, Qantas looks so great in the 787, and I just really like the detail in this model. And I like the new livery. I think the new livery looks great on the 787. I wasn't too sure on the other planes, but I think it looks great here. I like the red on the bottom of the underbelly of the plane, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite models of all time. I just love this model so much. So coming up in first place is the Qantas 100 years livery and the new livery of a 787-9. So that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next update should be Oahu North Shore, if it is set up in time, because I have some models there that I really want to show you guys, or another airline model collection. If you want to see any specific airline, just mention in the comments and I'll make sure to have it in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and here's a last shot of the Qantas tails. I can't really reach all of them, but here they are. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.